The town of Douglas was incorporated in 1746. Douglas is a very small community. It's expansive in the sense that we have a lot of state forest, a lot of town forest. It's a beautiful, beautiful country. People come to live and work and raise their families here because it is a little bit off the beaten path. Our residents, the community, really expects high level of service. We've got wonderful school systems, K through 12. We've got a fully functioning water and sewer department. We've got a very robust library. We have an accredited police department. We have a 24/7 fire department that also couples as our emergency management. As we try and balance the levels of service that townspeople today desire with the ability to pay for it through our existing tax base, it was very clear that we needed to bring in new business.
We needed about a 10% increase in the tax base of the town in order to be able to sustain the services that have been provided to date. In Massachusetts, state law limits the amount of tax increase that you can put on real estate taxpayers to 2.5% a year. It's called Proposition 2.5. And in order to exceed that, we have to go to town meeting and have town meeting votes. And the town meeting electorate votes to put it on the ballot. At the election, we actually won the override by 14 votes out of close to 3,000 cast.
So with that, the ayes have it.
We're in the throes of a Proposition 2.5, a tax override. There was no funding available from the town. We needed some type of economic development, and we needed it fast. The infrastructure just was not there. So that told me that we had to go to outside sources of funding. We approached the state, and we got a MassWorks grant of $4 million, and then I applied to the federal EDA for another grant, and they came through as well. So we funded this project basically with almost $7.3 million in federal and state funds.
The scale of this project was a large one for a small system. It was fairly quick. We had to cram about a year's worth of engineering into about 5 to 6 months in order to make this project come to fruition to meet the contractor's needs. There was a lot of coordination between the town, the contractors, the engineers. We had material on hand, so we got really competitive bids, so it helped us come in under budget.
Douglas had no aversion to doing the hard work, and I have to credit every department within the town of Douglas for digging in hard, learning about the project niceties and what was involved. They communicated. They told me what they liked about the project, they told me what they didn't like about the project. After we had a plan on the table that satisfied the needs of all the stakeholders, they went into implementation mode. And what that meant is they became the teacher for me. They taught me their process. They guided me on what to submit, what to do. For us, a perfect scenario and the outcome that we expect is that some company finds this building and makes it their home. Now, when that happens, that's when the benefits compound. Tenant moves into a building, land value increases, more tax revenues for the town. When operations ensue, that means more jobs. Job creation is never a bad thing. When you see a project like this and the success that it has, it increases the value of a location and the reputation of a location to sort of bring in supportive amenities and different types of development that does increase tax base just because of the success that a project shows.
So the impact of economic development on the town of Douglas so far, the projects we have already built, is about 10% increase to the tax base. So we achieved our goal. But the infrastructure that we built is probably going to unlock another $500 million worth of investment because it made a site pad ready, so to speak. So now we have all utilities stubbed at the curbside. There's a very large sand and gravel pit that is going to be sold to the same developer that built the warehouse in Douglas for additional buildings, which is going to have a very big impact on the town for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, it's really important for us as a town to find those new monies, those new tax dollars in order to fund the very services that our townspeople are looking for. And that that is really what we're looking for with the cubes at Gilboa and any other development that we have in town, that we maintain that rural character. The biggest piece to that is the location of the new world-class facilities. They are nestled closer to the highway, and with some good traffic controls, we should see traffic come in and out as soon as it comes, thereby not really impacting the town in a terrible degree. Really excited about our town. We're doing some really wonderful things. We've got a really good school program that's sending kids off to some really quality institutions. People that live in this town, that grow up in this town, look very fondly at their time here. I know, just speaking for my two kids, Douglas is home. Douglas is where they grew up. Douglas is where they learned to make mistakes, to learn to grow, learn to succeed. And it's just a wonderful place to live, work, and raise a family.